Hello everyone, this is Dr. Yogesh, and in this video I will be showing the steps on how to use Google Meet. So as usual we will log in into our Gmail account. So I'm going into my personal Gmail account. Since we are planning to take all the classes keeping Google Classroom as a central platform, let's start from the Google Classroom itself. So I will go to these 9 dots on the top right hand corner. When I click down and as I scroll down, we can go to our Google Classroom. So in the Google Classroom, you will be finding out the various classes you have created. Okay, let's say for example, you have to take a class for the dental students, first year BDS. I'll just click over there. And in today's morning class, I already shown you how to schedule a class. So we go to the classwork. We go to the Google Calendar. So in the Google Calendar, let's say you are having a class on Friday. So I will just go to Friday. Let's say 2 o'clock there is a class. So I will just double click over there. I will just enter that class title. So I will change the time to 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Okay, it's showing AM. We'll go to PM. Okay, yeah, 2 PM to 3 PM. So I will add the Google Meet link. Morning already told you, because it's my personal account. I can take class for only 100 people here. With your official account, you can take up to 250. And this is the notification. Notification, it is going to give a message telling that at so and so time there is going to be a class. You can change this. Now there is 30 minutes. You can change it for 10 minutes. If you want a double notification, you can add one more notification, and so you'll be getting 2 notifications. And this is what I told you in the morning also. We should now, right now it is showing that it will be scheduling in my calendar. No, I don't. I want this to be scheduled in my dental class. So I will just click here. So this is my first year BDS. So now after this, I will this is the place to add guests, because right now all the students are already in the class. There is no need to add them separately. Once we schedule this, even the students will be getting there in their Google Calendar that you have scheduled a class at this particular date and time. I will just give save. So my event is saved. So on Friday, this is the class. So on that particular day, just open your Google Calendar. Just click on the class. Students also will be doing the same thing. They will go to their Google Calendar and click on the class, and both of you as well as the student, you will be getting this option, join with the Google Meet. And I also told you that this is the link. If somebody for some reason they're not able to access and you want to share the link, this is the link. You can just click here to copy the link, and you can send it to the students through their WhatsApp group or any other mode of communication. So once you are ready for the class, you have to just come here and click it. So it will be redirecting you to this Google Meet. Okay, I will just go and click join now. So here, what are the options available? So on the bottom in the center, you can see only 3 icons here. This is to turn on and off your microphone. This is to end the meeting, and this is to turn on and off your camera. The other options on the left you can see the meeting details. So this is the link. What I will do is I will join the class using my phone and a different account. So I have entered the code. I will just give copy meeting. So I have sent a request from my phone. I got a request here. I will just give admit. And now here there are two people in this meeting. On the top right side, if you see, it is showing how many people are there. When you click this icon, it will be showing you the list that how many people are there in the meeting. And if there are any questions which are posted by the students, you can see in the charts here. Even you can send a message to everyone here, right here. Okay, and you also get an option here. If you want to remove any student from the meeting, you have to just go click their name and click this icon. They will be removed from the class. Then the other things is when you click here, this is the present now. So when I click on that, you will be getting three options. One is to share your entire screen. When you select this, what happens is whatever is on your screen, the entire screen will get shared to the students. If you want to share a particular window, you can do that also. Or if you want to share a particular tab in your browser. Right now you can see there are 4 tabs open in my browser. If I want to show them only one particular tab, I can just click that, select the tab, and you can do that. So generally what we do is if you want to share your entire screen, you can go ahead and do it. Just click on that. One more window will pop up. Once this window pops up, you have to click here and then you have to give share. So right now in the bottom you can see it is telling me that the meetgoogle.com is sharing your screen, and I'm having an option to stop sharing and hide this toolbar. Okay, this is one way of doing it. Now I will once you have done this, now what student can see is whatever is on your screen they can see. So let's say for example you close this and you open a PowerPoint. Let's say you're opening some PowerPoint. So students will be seeing everything now. Whatever is happening on your screen, even they will be able to see. So the PowerPoint is open, and now even the student is able to see this. You can just directly click on the slideshow and you can start taking the class. If you have your latest PowerPoint version, the advantage is, if you see on that the bottom left side, there are a few options like when I click on this, I get a laser point. It's really useful when we are trying to explain something to the students. This laser point really helps. Or if you want to write something, just choose the pen. So you can show some structures using the pen. Of course with mouse it's slightly difficult. If you have a pen attached, or if you have the latest touchscreen laptops, or even you get your phone with your stylus, all those things can be used with more comfort. This is one way of doing it. Or the other way is I will just come out of this. Now what I will do is, let's say you open your PowerPoint, you have kept your PowerPoint ready. I will go to the Google Meet. Now I will just give stop sharing. Now what I'm going to do is, when I click on the present now, I don't want my students to see my entire screen, because sometimes if you share your entire screen, sometimes you may have some of your personal photographs as a background, and if you don't, so to avoid those things, you can just choose a window. When you click the window, it is asking me, right now it is showing which all windows are open. So if I see, if you down, if you just see, you can see my PowerPoints were open and my Chrome browser is open. So the same thing it is showing here. So I can choose. So this is a PowerPoint slideshow and this is my PPT. Okay, directly I can click on the slideshow and tell it to share. Now what will the advantage is, student will see only the PowerPoint and nothing else. And as usual, you can continue taking your class. So this is one way of doing it. I will go back to our Google Meet. Okay, and yeah, these are the basic things. If you are using your college account, the paid account, official email ID, there what will happen is there will be one more option where that is record the meeting, whatever is going on. When you click on that record, your entire class is also it will get recorded. It will be stored, and if you want, you can always share it with your students also, because some students may have some kind of network issue because of which they would have missed a class, or they would have some kind of a video lag or audio lag, and of course if you share your videos, they can always see and revise again and again. So these are the advantages if you share a video with them. And apart from that, other things is you can change the layout, because now here nobody is there, only two people are there. When multiple people are there, when I click on the styled window, I can see the video feed coming from all the participants. So like that you can choose what kind of video you want to see. And in settings also not much here. It will just tell what is your microphone, what you are using, the default speakers. I'm using my same thing which is in the laptop. Video also, I'm just using my web camera. If you attach some other camera, you will be getting an option here and you can choose there accordingly. And that's all, nothing much here. It's a very simple software and very easy to take. And this I already told you, the meeting ID, which you will be sharing if at all if you want. Otherwise, generally once you schedule your class in Google Calendar, automatically students will be getting a notification. Now next thing is how to take attendance. Taking attendance, already even Bala sir has given a very nice idea, making a Google form and forming a barcode and trying to take that. That's also a very nice idea. If you want to take attendance in the Google Meet itself, you have to download one additional extension called Google Meet, the Meet attendance. Okay, that you'll be getting in your. You have to just open your browser and you have to just search for Google Meet attendance. Google Meet attendance. Okay, so once you go to the Google Meet attendance, you have to download that file. Okay, so this is the Google Meet attendance. There is actually one more version of this. I will just show you how it looks like. I will just open this. I will go to okay, it's not in the settings. 1 second, it comes in the extensions. Yeah, this is extension. So when I click on my extension, see this on the left side, this is the Meet attendance. Download this one, and once you download this, automatically when you are taking a class, there will be one more third icon coming here. That is your Meet attendance icon. When you just click on that, automatically it will first time it will ask to which drive you want to attach this. Because this Meet attendance, whatever this attendance, it will go to that particular drive in a form of Excel sheet. So all the participants attendance get gets recorded over there. Let's try doing that. I will just close this. I will close this also. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to new meeting, start an instant meeting. This is another way of doing it, but if you do it is always better you do through your Google Classroom. Now when I click on the list of attendees, see automatically now it is asking me now this is what the attendance is working now, the Google Meet attendance. Okay, so I will tell okay, let the attendance get stored into my this account. So I will give a sign into it. Okay, now see it is asking me choose an account to continue with the Meet attendance. So I want this account to be chosen. It is asking whether you want to allow this to access your drive. Give it allow. Okay, now you can see a third tab come up here. This is the number of people, this is a chat box, this is a new window. Right now only I am there, so it is just showing 1 here. Okay, when you have some 100 people, it will be showing 100. All you have to do is just click this. It will automatically take you to the Excel sheet. See here, it is showing me that at this particular point of time, it is showing my previous meets also, and you can just see your date and time, and it will give the list who all are present. So this is my present meeting. So my present meeting, it is showing only I am there. Okay, before that I was just it is showing that my other account also I was there, and my other account also. Like that it will show a list with the date and time. This is another way of doing attendance. So I think I have tried to cover most of the details regarding the Google Meet. So just explore it, try it once always before directly doing it to the students. If there are any queries, you can always get back to us. So I will be uploading this video to my Meet account, my website, sorry. So you can access it, and anything else, please tell me. Okay, thank you so much.